The Prime Minister made, to my mind, a statesman-like speech, a leader's speech. Why do I say that? He was very honest about the situation. He was sharing with people, industry and the people, the sense of disappointment that we could be much better and somehow we've lost a little bit something. And he's admitting that the problem is not just outside, the problem is also us, which is what a leader that you can trust would say. And then he said some very practical things that should be done and showed some signs that they already are beginning to be done. For example, he said that the main problem in the country right now is getting things done. That implementation is slow and therefore investments are not coming because projects don't get off of the ground. They get stuck. Money is not being returned in the projects that are already been started. So the main challenge of the country is getting things done, implementation. So it's clearly recognition of the task before us. And regarding implementation, he then mentioned that the Cabinet Committee on Investment has already been formed and is in action. So regarding the bigger projects which have to be settled at the national level, at the cabinet level, he mentioned some numbers also of the NTPC project in Jharkhand and elsewhere. In a few weeks, big things that need to be addressed at the top level are being done. Of course, now it comes to that it's not a few big things that need to be done, a million little things need to be done very effectively in the states and in the cities. So the country has an implementation agenda before it. And he was pointing to the need for us to apply ourselves together, put our shoulders to the wheel together and get things done. And inviting industry again to be partner with government to make this country's economy roll and grow again. So I was quite inspired by his non-defensiveness, by his candor, I could say even by his humor, sense of humor, as he started with saying that, look, I can be controversial, since Adi Godrej, while introducing him, had said that what he, Prime Minister, had said 5 years ago at CII had turned out to be controversial, where the Prime Minister had asked industry to be responsible for inclusion of people in the growth, through creating jobs for them, through skilling them, to be responsible for the condition of the environment. And Adi Godrej admitting that, sir, we have realized in the last 5 years that industry needs to be more responsible in those fashions. So the Prime Minister accepted the, if I can say, now the appreciation of something which was considered controversial at the time. Then he went on to say quite humorously that I can be pointing out another controversy, which is that at that time you people said the more you get government out of the way, the more the government perhaps sleeps at night, the more industry grows. But now you're turning back to government to get things done. So you're accepting that government has a role, and he acknowledged the role. He said government has to get things done. And there are bottlenecks which the government is now addressing with new mechanisms. So I was very pleased about a leader's speech. It was a leader's speech.